This is a northern cardinal, female. Oop, there she goes. Pretty beautiful day for birds out in the yard, but it's the time of year when lots of food is available elsewhere. All the plants have seeds on them, etc. Which means fewer birds are coming to the feeders, which is fine. I like when they can provide for themselves. I'm not trying to create a bird welfare state here or anything. That is a female house finch. And we had our cross-billed cardinal out here, or cross-billed woodpecker, pileated, pileated. Some people say pileated. I say pileated usually. Pileated woodpecker. He was out here a few minutes ago, but I wasn't quite ready to stream. But he looked cool. Seems like he's getting along all right. Now this is a chipping sparrow, which is a native bird, so relatively cooler than a house sparrow. He's got that sort of reddish cap, which is how you can recognize him. Here's a mature female cardinal. She's looking pretty good. Not all molted like a lot of them can be this time of year. Not hanging out long. Seems like my neighbor might be listening to some music outside. Yeah. Oh well. Yeah, Stacy, I think it's pileated or pileated or both. Thanks for being here. It's kind of a weird time for it. All the neighbor dogs are whining at me. This house finch seems very comfortable just hanging out and chowing down, which is cool. Although, I was out here the other day shooting, and a Cooper's hawk, I was walking inside and I heard something hit the ground super hard. I thought a branch fell or something, but it was a Cooper's hawk that had tried to get something off the feeder. I don't know if he got anything, or she. I don't know if the bird caught anybody. I didn't see any evidence of murder. But, you know, the Cooper's hawk is also a feeder bird. It's just coming for a different kind of food, not the seeds. We've also got hummingbird cam going today. Hopefully we'll see some folks turn up there. They were here a minute ago. But it's like these birds know when I want them to be on camera and decide they want to be elsewhere. Okay, we've got a red-bellied woodpecker who showed up and a house sparrow. You know, the house sparrow's not a bad-looking bird. I know. People hate them because they're non-native, but you know what? They've been here a long time. They're pretty naturalized. I don't know what to do about them. This also seems to be a house sparrow in close. Yeah, Stacy the Coopers, they definitely like to eat. So I once saw one take a starling off the feeders while I was watching. And it was a snowy day and there was a lot of blood. It was pretty gruesome. But it was cool to see him doing his behavior, living his life. Oh, here's one of our molting cardinals. She's looking pretty rough, but it's starting to come back a little bit, I think. She's got some fuzz growing. I hate it when you can see their ear holes. It's too much information about the bird for me. What else have we had as far as raptors? We hear barred owls pretty frequently. We've also had a great horned owl once caught a bird in the yard and chowed it down right on our patio furniture. That was kind of a gross mess. Mourning doves, they are a real common bird around here. I think they're just so beautiful though. Like that blue ring around the eyes and like that very fine, smooth feather that they have. They just look so sleek. And they make nice noises. Also, they live like 30 years in the wild, up to 30 years, which is just shocking to me. Oh, there he goes. Or she. There that bird goes. This is the feeder waiting area, I call it. The stick is hanging on the feeders up and to the right, and so birds will arrive, and before they're ready to commit to actually jumping on the feeder, they can hang out on that stick and check it out. Oh, there was a Carolina chickadee. Real hit and run type of guy. So that mourning dove has moved down to the feeder now. There are actually quite a few birds that live that long. I happen to know the mourning dove because there was one at my old house that, like, for 8 years, it kept perching in the same place and singing all the time. And I would see it always in the same place. I'm like, that's got to be the same bird. It keeps coming back to the same place. So I looked it up, and I don't know if it's an outlier, but the oldest one discovered in the wild was found. He died in like the 1990s, but had been banded in the 60s, so he was at least 30-something years old. Yeah, they've got a great song, these mourning doves. Lovely to hear. Okay, we got a Carolina wren here. He's on top of that blue house eating. Oh, there's also a yellow jacket harassing me. I don't love this. Sorry about all that brushing. I'm going to stand up and walk away from this yellow jacket for a second. My least favorite creature that comes to the yard is the yellow jacket. I got stung by one a few years ago and my legs swelled up. It looked like an elephant's foot. It's terrible. Apparently it's normal for that swelling to last like a week. So, I hated it. Some kind of downy woodpecker conflict going on up here. Oh, well, now they're out of frame. Come on, guys. I guess they got it settled, whatever their problem was. Good for them. Well done on the conflict resolution, downy woodpeckers. Oh yes, the house finches. You might be able to hear a barking dog behind me. The guys had to be banished to inside the house for the time that I'm streaming. Now these two house finches, I would guess that one of them is a juvenile male. It looks like he's got a red flush starting on his underside there. The dogs are Boston Terriers. They are fun guys, but they're not great companions for birding. saw the pileated fly by. Not on camera, of course, so I'm sure this thrilling narrative style, I'm sure you like that a lot more than actually seeing a bird. No, there's a cardinal with some problem feathers. Yeah, they're just so goofy this time of year. I just love it. He's still pumped about life. He doesn't care. He doesn't care what he looks like. Oh, hi, Nessa, man. I am in Indianapolis, Indiana. Out on the west side here. I get a lot of cool birds in the yard. Uh-oh. I've had a couple of hummingbirds coming around, but they are very aggressive on the feeders. They will chase off other hummingbirds because they're so competitive, which I think, get over it, guys. I'm going to make more sugar water, so you could share. There's a male house finch in the waiting area. Oh, hey, have a great walk. It's a beautiful day outside, at least here. Pretty good looking guy. A lot of the birds are molting right now, so they're either molting or they're juveniles who are coming into their adult feathers, which, yeah, everybody looks a little rough, but that happens to everybody. On some days, at least, I am lucky enough to be able to wear a hat. Oh boy. Okay, we've got a hummingbird visitor. All right, short-term visitor. So this cardinal that's turned up here is a juvenile cardinal. It's young, just recently out of the nest, and you can tell it's not fully grown up. One of the big giveaways is the color of the beak, that gray beak. It doesn't have that nice bright orange beak that the cardinals get yet. This is probably a female, but it could be a male. Some of the red's starting to come in, but it is indeterminate at the moment. Oh, cool. I'm glad you were able to ID a bird from one of these videos. That's cool. They're everywhere, mostly. It's one of the things I love about birds is that they are truly everywhere. They live on all the continents. You can encounter a bird almost anywhere you go in the world, and that is amazing. It's like for many of us who live in urban or suburban places, it's the closest and most common contact we have with truly wild animals. And that just fascinates me. There was a white-breasted nuthatch on the feeder. These are pretty cool birds, I think. They're a caching bird. Like they come to the feeder, they take seeds, and they'll go and place them in the bark of a tree somewhere and stash them for later use. And it's really neat. They'll stash probably thousands and thousands of seeds in my yard. And some of them get nabbed by other birds. Some of them they're able to eat later, I'm sure. There's that orange beak I was talking about. That's, oh, geez Louise. Come on, autofocus. It's feast or famine out here. It's interesting. They sort of come in waves, it seems like. One bird will appear and give the other birds the impression that it's a safe place. And then more show up. So, shout out to the social leaders of the bird community. Often the noble house finch, showing the other birds that it's cool to hang out on the feeders. That was probably a downy woodpecker, that chattering sound. I respect that house finch for not flying away. Hi, Nikki. In the face of that cardinal landing right next to it. Oh, it's a cool bird. I can see why 8 states made it their state bird. Oh, thank you. Trying to get going with these lives again. I've missed doing it. Alright, there's a downy woodpecker spending some time with us. Oh, it's a cute little thing. It's the tiniest woodpecker that comes to the yard. They're really about the size of a sparrow. We've got 4, maybe, well, let's see. How many woodpecker types have I seen in this yard? I have seen downy woodpeckers, hairy woodpeckers, which looks a lot like the downy but it's a little bigger, red-bellied woodpeckers, northern flickers, pileated woodpeckers, and yellow-bellied sapsuckers. That's 6 types of woodpeckers, which to me seems very cool. The downy woodpeckers and the hairy woodpeckers can be really hard to tell apart. Their markings are very, very similar, and if you see them, there's a size difference, but it's hard when you see one in isolation. But the clue that I use is that if the bill, the beak of the bird is shorter than its head, then it's a downy woodpecker. The hairy woodpecker has a big beak, like a spike, and it's longer than their skull. So that's the bird ID tip of the day. Yeah, this one's really hanging out. The males have a red spot on the back of their neck. The adult males. So this is either a young male or a female. A house finch on there with the woodpecker. You just love to see him living in peace. Hmm. Oh, I do travel around to see birds sometimes. Um, I really love to see the ones in my yard and like try to identify individuals when I can. Like now that we've got this cross-billed woodpecker, it's exciting to see the same ones and feel like you know them in some ways. But I've got 5 minutes from my house is one of the best birding spots in the area, Eagle Creek Park. I go there all the time, and some of the footage I show on this channel is from there. And then I've traveled a lot of places to see birds. I've got some buddies that I bird with, and we've been to Texas, South Texas, and Arizona, southwestern Arizona, like Tucson area, South Texas, like Brownsville, South Padre Island, that stuff. That was an amazing trip. Tons and tons of interesting birds you can't see anywhere else in the U.S. And then I was in Ecuador last year, not specifically for birding, but I got to do a little birding, and it was amazing. I'd love to go back for birds specifically, but my wife is not a birder, so those trips are not the family trips, basically. Okay, so I've been hearing this little chirping in the yard. It's a Carolina wren. Yep. Had him, but lost him. But yeah, I'm hoping to travel around the state a little more this fall to see a few of the state parks. I've got a state park pass this year, and I haven't been using it enough. Oh, I was also in the Everglades in March down in Florida, and that was awesome. So many cool birds down there, and cool wildlife. I should make a video about it. We've had another slowdown. They come and they go. The birds. They're just not, they don't take direction well. And that's fine. I wouldn't really want to coerce any birds into working with me. No, in the bird photography community, there's like some, yeah. Well, some of those birds, Stacy, some are eating at the feeder, and some of them are taking the food elsewhere to eat it. So, like those white-breasted nuthatches we saw earlier, they're taking it and stashing it somewhere. And this time of year, although we're getting a little late in the year to still have nestlings, some birds might be taking food back to the nest to feed the youth. And then when they're not here, who knows what they're doing? They've got a lot of bird business they have to attend to. And that's fine. That's their private business. Man, possums and raccoons. Yeah, I have some footage from my trail cam the other night of a raccoon chowing down on a bunch of food that I'd left out, forgot to put away. He seemed to love it though. But yeah, they don't stop. Oh, hello. Thanks for greeting the few nerds who are here. We're just hanging out, watching some birds. You wouldn't know it from the video, but they were here a minute ago. But as I was saying, they don't take direction. All right, we've got this person here. Ruby-throated hummingbird. It's the only hummingbird east of the Mississippi, for the most part. There's a few that show up in Texas. Wait a minute. That doesn't matter. Texas is west of the Mississippi. This guy is a cute little fellow. Or lady. It's hard to tell this time of year. And out of here. Nice looking couple of house finches here. This guy is stunning in his red suit. Just an extremely handsome fellow. Oh yeah, there's the mourning dove. They're lovely, but they are kind of bullies at the feeders. They love to chase off other birds. Now my brother, whose lifestyle I don't approve of in many ways, is a hunter. And one of his specialties with he and his son, they love to hunt doves. They love to shoot the very symbol of peace, the dove, which I think is weird, but some people love it. Oh man, we lost our focus. There we go. I will say, I have to live in cognitive dissonance at Thanksgiving because he does grill dove breasts and they are pretty delicious. But I'm able to live there, come to terms with it, and celebrate with the family and dove breasts. And there, I will not shoot this dove though. I'm not willing to go that far. I'm just not going to shoot any bird. I don't want to. Oh, there's one of our wild hairdo cardinals. I gotta say, I do worry a little when these birds are willing to hang out for such a long time on the feeder. Well, of course, it's better for video if they hang around a long time. I just worry about them, man. There are hawks out here. Oh, look at this rough customer. He is down on his luck. Or he's very lucky. I mean, it's a free meal out here. It's all in your perspective, Cardinal. And I feel like he appreciates the seeds. He's eating the safflower seeds, which I buy because squirrels find them less appetizing than many of the other seeds. I've wanted to try out the cayenne pepper, very spicy bird seed, which it's like apparently birds can't smell or taste the spice, but squirrels can. Oh, look at this guy. His white eyebrows, and when he turns his head, yeah, you can see that flash of his red gorget, I guess it's called. I always said gorget, but I guess I'm not great at pronouncing French armor. Yeah, anyway. It's so cool how it's black when he's seen from the side, but then flashes red when the light hits it. Yeah, you would hardly know it's red at this angle. With all the competition for the feeders among the hummingbirds, this is a surprisingly long visit from one of these guys. I love it. You love to see it. Oh, there he goes. He's out of here. This dove is really loading up, and it might be, it's possible that it's actually loading up its crop. It's like a pouch they have in their throat to hold food for later or to take it elsewhere, which is wild. Bird anatomy is wild. I found out the other day that their lungs are in a loop. It's so they don't like breathe in clean air, breathe out dirty air. It's like a continuous loop. Oh yeah, my bellied woodpecker. So like there's always fresh oxygen passing over their lung tissue because of this wild lung setup they've got that provides them with the energy to fly, which is a wildly energy intensive behavior, and also what makes them cool. Well, among other things. Oh, spice in the chicken food. That makes a lot of sense to me. All right, it's getting a little active out here. Social leadership. Whoa. Cormorant with the close eating, huh? Oh, check out this wren with the bald. He looks like a monk with a tonsure or something. If you're not familiar, tonsure, that's what a monk's haircut's called. These wrens, they've just produced a brood of chicks who's coming out of the nest. I saw one 2 days ago whose haircut looked like second president of the U.S., John Adams, sort of a tufty gray look. Great looking bird. I got some good footage of him. He'll be in a future video. There's your red-bellied woodpecker. Might hang out for a second. Nope. Gonna go eat that elsewhere. Wow, look at this juvenile cardinal. He's just getting his red feathers. That is cool to me. I love to see them at the different stage of life. Oh man, forgot to mute my Slack. we're seeing reduced population here because dogs have entered the yard. These guys, the birds hate them, which I get it. Yeah, especially the young birds can really not be willing or able to get away from dogs, which can be terrible. But I try to keep these guys separated. But it's tough. My love of dogs predates my love of birds. And it's hard to know who to prioritize here. Oh boy. Yeah, the hummingbirds are really territorial. I feel like I have 2 feeders here. I feel like they could really each stake one out and live a good full life. Would never be hungry again. Be ready to go fly across the Gulf of Mexico here in a few weeks, which just still seems unbelievable to me that these tiny birds, some of them make that flight from South Florida or the Gulf Coast to South America without stopping. I would never do that. Yeah, it is astounding. I saw a story the other day that there was a godwit or something who flew something like 13,000 miles nonstop from Europe to New Zealand or somewhere. It was a godwit, a bar-tailed godwit, I think. What a thing to do. What a wild evolutionary strategy that sends you across the world a couple times a year. But it worked, I guess. I don't like migrating nearly that far. I'm more of a don't commute at all person. I like my commute from my office to the backyard to do a live stream. It's perfect for me. Minimum commute, but travel for fun. Same. Oh, the puppy. Puppies are tough. Oh, I remember when my guys were puppies. They would bite and bite. Well, Petey did. Andy, however, is what you might call a living dog toy. Here he is making a cameo in the wildlife video. So yeah, Petey was a really rough puppy, but Andy was purchased in a lot of ways to stop Petey from hassling us all the time to play, and Andy never bit us because he just bit Petey. Oh, he really posed up there for a minute. What a guy. Let's get him back in here with his noble stance. There he is, Boston Terrier. Splash Boston Terrier. They're usually mostly black with a few white spots, and he's mostly white with black spots. You never know. You never know what you're going to get in the genetic lottery. Oh yeah, there's the side where he has an eye. Now I can also see the neighbor's cat in the window across the fence, but I feel like it is an invasion of their privacy to shoot the camera into their house, even if it's just to look at the cat. I haven't talked to them about what I do back here, but I hope they don't think I'm some kind of weird creep with all these cameras set up in the backyard. We've got a hummingbird, but here come the dogs to run it off. It's interesting. The dogs like sense my interest and perk up when a bird arrives, and that leads them to alert and then run toward wherever I'm looking to be a part of what I'm doing. But in fact, it ruins what I'm doing. So it's tough. I hate to discourage them when they just want to be part of my life and do things together, but also they make it terrible. Oh yeah, get a lot of this one. Seems like somebody has a project going on. Some of my neighbors are very, very busy. Oh yeah, cats love looking at birds. Some of the longer videos I put up as TV for cats just for the searchability. There's like a true contingent of people who want to watch birds on TV for their cat's sake. And good on them, I say. All right, I think these birds have had it. They're down for their siesta. So, I think I'm going to wrap it up after an hour here. Thank you for coming and watching some birds with me. We'll do it again soon. It's such a pleasure. Such a pleasure. All right, thanks for being here, yo.